Let me take you back to the last day of the dinosaurs. I want to show you how they actually died on that day. "66 million years ago, Earth was alive in a way we can barely imagine. Vast forests stretched across continents, oceans teemed with life, and giants ruled the land. Dinosaurs walked the Earth, massive, powerful, and dominant, completely unaware that their world was about to end. Far out in space, something was already on its way. A massive asteroid, nearly 10 to 12 kilometers wide, drifting silently through the darkness. No sound, no warning, just a collision course with Earth. It was traveling at over 70,000 kilometers per hour. At that speed, there was no stopping it. Then, it arrived. In a single moment, it slammed into what is now the Chicxulub crater. The impact released energy equal to 100 trillion tons of TNT, more than 1 billion times stronger than the Hiroshima atomic bombing. In less than a second, Earth's surface was torn apart. A crater nearly 180 kilometers wide ripped into the planet. Everything within thousands of kilometers was instantly vaporized. A fireball expanded outward, hotter than the surface of the sun. The ground shook across the entire planet. Earthquakes more powerful than anything in human history rippled through the crust. But the destruction was only beginning. Trillions of tons of molten rock were blasted high into space, and then gravity pulled it all back down. Within minutes, the sky filled with fire. Burning debris rained across the entire Earth. The atmosphere turned into an oven, reaching temperatures over 1,500 degrees Celsius. Forests ignited instantly. Animals had nowhere to run. Oceans near the coasts began to boil. Dinosaurs didn't understand what was happening. One moment, life was normal. The next, the world was burning. You might wonder, the asteroid hit one side of Earth. What about the other side? At first, it felt untouched, calm, quiet, normal. But then, the ground began to shake. Shockwaves traveled through the planet faster than anything alive could react. And soon, the sky itself began to burn. No place was safe. Then came the silence. Dust, ash, and sulfur rose high into the atmosphere, forming a thick global cloud that blocked out the sun. For months, even years, sunlight never reached the surface. Without sunlight, plants began to die. And when plants died, everything that depended on them began to starve. Herbivores collapsed first. Then, predators, like the mighty Tyrannosaurus rex. The Earth, once burning hot, slowly turned cold, dark, and lifeless. A global winter took over. Temperatures dropped. Ecosystems collapsed. In the end, nearly 75% of all life on Earth was gone. But not everything died. In the shadows, underground, small creatures survived. Tiny mammals, no bigger than rats, and early birds, hiding, waiting, adapting. They survived the fire. They survived the darkness. They survived when giants could not. And over millions of years, they evolved, they changed, and eventually, they became us. So the next time you look up at the sky, remember this: one moment, one impact.